Hey guys, thank you so much for watching another DIY Dollar Tree Glam video. Also, I want to thank everyone in the live stream the other night. Oh my gosh, that was so much fun. I had a ball talking to y'all in the live chat there. So if you have never been to one, we're just starting this like ladies night, and you can come hang out with us on Sundays at 8 p.m. If you're watching this, you're invited, y'all. It's a lot of fun, and plus everyone is sharing like tips and tricks and their own ideas, and it's just a really fun place to be. Also, I want to thank Skillshare for once again sponsoring another video, y'all. They are really awesome. So several of you have been asking me how to start a YouTube channel, and Skillshare is a really good place to go for that. You can not only learn tips and tricks on, thumbnails and that type of thing, but you can also learn editing and filming tricks and like camera angles and different kinds of things there too. So Skillshare, I've told you guys they have the DIYs, they have all kinds of different things. And I'm going to go ahead and put this link in the bottom so you can get 2 months free for signing up. The first 500 people get Skillshare absolutely free, and I do not get a commission or a kickback off of it. This is just something they give to me to give to you guys so you can see if it's something you want to enjoy. With that said, let's just go ahead and show you guys the DIY. For this project, I'm going to start out showing you guys the first candle that I made, but for both of these, I used the long canvases from Dollar Tree. I cut and tore into the fabric with a pair of scissors and then pulled until I had all the fabric removed. So after that, I also lightly sanded the surface, and then I wiped away all the dust before I painted it. Now, I spray painted one of them silver, and then the other one I brush painted with white acrylic paint. After those were prepped, I started on my first one. And for the first one, I used the tongs from Dollar Tree in the wedding section. The first thing you want to do is prep all these. So I used a hot knife and I cut them in half at the bend. Now, if you don't have an electric hot knife, you can do what my friend Irma does. She'll place an old knife on the stove and let it heat up. And hey, I hear this works really good. Or for the cleanest, nicest cut, you can use a saw. Now you'll want to cut the knuckle part off of the tongs where it makes a dip in this, because the dip part will not fit. And also go ahead and cut the spoon part off of the tongs as well, so that all you have remaining out of a pair of tongs are the single long mirrored pieces. Then I sanded where I made the cuts to smooth the ends a little more and knock off any large fragment pieces or, plastic dried balls that, had rolled up on the end. I like to think of this like as a puzzle. So once all my mirror pieces are ready, I can now put my puzzle pieces together. And y'all, these pieces fit so good on this canvas. So I ran a bead of glue along the bottom arms of the mirrored pieces, and I glued 2 along the side of the canvas. Now I did have to alter the size of my second piece, so I held my piece up to the side and cut to fit the second mirrored piece. And I'm using the tong pieces to make 3 mirrored walls around this wooden frame. Then I take another piece and I glue it to the front face. Now I'm gluing these so that they'll kind of cup over the side piece and cup over the front face of the wooden frame. Now these just fit each other like a glove, but the mirrors on the side, they have to be centered. So the first and second set of mirrors are now glued on, and now we have to glue our third set to the other side. And this set is going to be just like the ones we just glued. So I flipped this over and glued the set on the other end so that these are also cupping over the side mirrors, and they also lay over the face of the wooden canvas. So the way this fits is the center piece goes on first, and then you can glue your side pieces on after that, and they'll overlap on the sides and the front of the wooden canvas, as you see. I repeated the same thing for both sides until I have both sides of my candle holder matching. Now, I should have been paying attention because this could have turned out so much better. But what you want to do that I didn't do is line up the cut marks across from each other. Mine ended up being way off. So later, when I went to trim this in bling, I had to compensate for the difference. Now I take another mirrored piece and I cut it to fit the length for the tops and the bottoms. And this is for the front and the back of the candle holder. To cut these to fit, I hold the mirror pieces with the back of the tongue facing me, and I make the cut on the inside of the crease. And I'm just like gliding my knife against the side walls, which help to keep a straight line because your knife is in the crease. So it actually is pretty easy. The only thing here is that there's just not enough to hold on to while you're doing this. So be careful here. And once I had these ready, then I hold them up to the front and make sure it's a perfect fit. Now, the elbow part of this will fit cupping over the bottom wooden frame, and the front will lay flat right on top of the pieces that's already glued on. All that's left is to trim and conceal the cracks. Now, you want to be sure to use bling that isn't see through at all. So, if you can see through like the threads or anywhere else on the trim, it will not look nice. I'm using bling from Dollar General, and this actually has an adhesive backing, which I love, and it costs $1 for this square. Also, Hobby Lobby has the same bling too. They also have it on a roll, and they have buy one get one free all the time. So that's when I usually buy this kind of stuff. So anyway, I cover the front, and again, mine wouldn't have been this thick if I had aligned my side cuts with each other. But because mine is so thick, towards the end, I decided to kind of break up that a little bit. So I used some flat back gems from Totally Dazzled. And I also covered everywhere that had a rough cut edge or a gap, including the inside of the candle holder. So I just glued a strip of bling on the bare wood. The last thing is deciding on how you want to place your candle holder. Do you want it standing up tall or do you want it laying long ways, which I'll come back to that. Now, for the other one, I'm using these hard to find mirrored picture frames from Dollar Tree, inspired by many of you that commented in the live stream saying that you do have some of these. So I've been doing some digging and I'm going to share a way you can get your hands on these this Sunday in the live stream. So if you've been after these mirrored frames, you'll want to hang out this week. So, if you do have some, I'm sure that you know that they're fairly easy to remove from the frame. You just kind of push on the mirrors with your thumb and they'll pop off. Now, you can use something like Gooby Gone to get the glue off the back of them, but I just scratched it off. Now, if you want to use real mirrors and you can't find these and you don't want to order them, this is something that you can still make with real mirrors if you want to use the 1-inch square craft mirrors from any craft store. So whether or not you have these picture frames, you can still do this DIY. And also, I'm going to show you guys a price comparison. So it always pays to shop online. All right, so I lost a 2-minute clip here, but all I did was in this 2 minutes was I lined my mirrors along the wooden canvas flush with the wooden frame. And you want to glue your mirrors to the sides first. Now, these don't fit perfect against the side of this candle holder. There's going to be like a little strip of wood showing, which is fine. But the part where the wood is showing, that's going to be the back side of my candle holder. But hold that thought because I'm going to come back to that in just a moment. So I only used the longer mirrors on the sides, and I used 3 of them. So these will have a hangover once you've glued your last one on. And if you glue the 1-inch mirrors to this and they do the same thing, then that's okay, as long as the other side where you started is flush with your wooden canvas. So I make sure as I glue these that I can still stand this candle holder up on one side before I continue on. Now I centered and I glued a long mirrored piece across the bottom for the face of the front. So the facing of the columns, I used 2 short pieces and 1 long piece, gluing the longest piece in the center. So I went short, long, and short. Now you want to glue these so that they overlap the wood and lay flush against the side mirrors we glued a moment ago. And this is so that the glass is touching the glass. Once you get all the way across and then glue another long piece going across side to side on the front, then you'll notice this also hangs over just a little bit too. Next, I take another long piece and I close the gap, or I start building my box, closing the gap where the long pieces were hanging over. Now, I could have used a piece of foam to fill this gap and to box this in, but I didn't think about that right then. So I repeated the same thing, gluing all the mirrors the same way on the other side. Then I went back to all the white wooden pieces that's showing that I said that I would come back to. I'm going to use some small bling, and that's going to help conceal that and give it a nice touch as well. So next I'll lay some loose mirrors on top of a piece of cardboard. So I'm tracing it out and I'm cutting out the cardboard piece. So now I have my strips. And foam board is a little bit thicker, so I ended up using 2 foam board pieces and 2 cardboard pieces for each side of the candle holders. So I just glued those to the inside of the frame, filling the gap so that the foam or the cardboard is flush with the mirrors on the inside. Be sure to press down and check to make sure everything is laying level between each layer before you glue your mirrors, or your mirrors may not exactly line up straight. There's a little bit of space above each one. I cut 2 rows of adhesive diamond wrap from Dollar Tree, and I put those on the ends to close in that gap so my mirrors in the center where we just filled up with cardboard so that those line up. So I line and glue my mirrors on the sides flush to the front side mirrors on my columns here, boxing everything together. For the final touches, any other wooden pieces that show in or white that show in here, you can cover up with bling or gems or whatever you decide to do. Also, for another final touch, I was going to cut a piece of glass, and with my glass cutter, I was going to size it to fit and then glue gems on the inside of the glass. But then I decided to just glue some hanging gems on the inside instead. And all that's left to do is to add some tea light candle holders to the top. And by the way, I glued 2 of the tea light candle holders bottom to bottom for the center of the long candle holder. And that is it. So I'll see you guys tonight in the live stream if you want to come say hi. We're just going to hang out and chit chat. Now, I know we're going to be talking about how we can order those mirrored picture frames, but if I don't see you in the live stream, I'll see you next weekend with another video. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope everyone has a wonderful day and a very, very blessed Merry Christmas.